John Baldaro, it's my last meal. Where'd you go? That's fun, of course. So, what do you think of my project?
It's interesting. It's interesting. But what are you doing it for again?
I decided that before starting on my project, I was going to have to do some research. The tribes in Africa fascinate me. Many children go days, and yes, some in fact weeks without eating. You know what they say about starving kids in Africa? Well, it's absolutely true. To go an entire week without eating, I knew I was going to have to be both physically and mentally prepared. Belvita breakfast snacks served as a main course for the days leading up to the beginning of my starvation project. They're an important part of my daily life, and I wanted to share them with my own people. Unfortunately, my own people don't seem to realize how fortunate they really are, as opposed to the African children who get little to no food on a regular basis. I'm not really hungry, but earlier in the day my arms really hurt. It felt like I worked out a lot even though I didn't. My muscles were just really strained, and that pain has faded away now, but my legs really hurt. It's like the same thing that was happening to my arms. I decided to get a little exercise to get the full experience of having to work on an empty stomach. To think like starving African children, I was going to have to act like a starving African child. And what's a better place to do that than a children's playground? I could feel myself starving already, but I knew I had to continue. For the sake of all that my project stood for, I could not give in to the hunger now. I felt closer to the starving African children than I ever had before. Hunger gets the best of me halfway through my journey. I felt incredibly weak and remained in my bed for a majority of the fourth day. I was alone with my thoughts, battling with my self-control. Ultimately, it was the visions of those starving African kids that kept me motivated to continue. I couldn't let them down. Not now. Not yet. It was a new day. I set my eyes to the skies, or rather, across the seas, and once again, found the motivation, the dedication, and the revelation to keep me going on my journey. My journey was quickly but gradually coming to an end. My views on the world were changing before my eyes. I felt weary and I could feel the connection slipping away as my final day of the project grew near. If possible, I would never eat again. I can only imagine how different my life would become after this journey was over. First meal in 7 days. Very exciting. I'm almost full. So, how do you think this project's going to turn out in the end?
I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Ta-da.